Hello, everybody. I am so glad you are here. Let me just take one moment to make sure that I am showing up in the right place online and that you can also hear me. And then I will share with you a little bit about what's going on. So let's see. There I am. And can we hear me? We can. Awesome. And I should be able to see comments as well. This has nothing to do with me coming on late. It's only having to do with me coming on about 10 minutes later than I thought I was coming on late-ish. But it's all timey-wimey over here. The tech was a little bit odd with Facebook today. No big deal. It is good now. Okay, I can see comments. So, welcome, beautiful people. I am DEB.K, and this is Coffee with DEB.K, awesome live guidance for your body, mind, and soul. And today, this month, we only do Coffee with DEB.K once a month right now, currently. That may change in the future, but this month's focus is cleanse, and this will be the second round of cleanse because, what we do with the coffee chats is we chat over a cup of coffee. Here's my cup. It's my DEB.K cup with my logo. And you can choose a beverage of your choice if you prefer tea or whatever. Put it in your coffee cup. It doesn't matter what it is. Well, you know what I mean. And flow through the pathways of nourish, detox, cleanse, repair, and rejuvenate. So cheers to that. And I love rotating through the different pathways. So each month we progress through the pathway of that step and then on to the next one and the next and circle back around. So we are circled back around into the second iteration, and anything can come up. It depends what's flowing to me that I feel that whoever is viewing needs, whether that be now or in the future on replay. And it will flow to any questions anybody has, whether they've posted them before the live, during the live, or just after the live. So at the end as well, I will share with you ways to work with me, and you can always find links. Wow, I can't wait to tell you what's been occurring behind the scenes. You can always find links to everything in the post above, or if you can't find them, please do just message me or comment, and I will help share them with you. Wow, energy. Okay, so I will make it through this introduction so I can share with you what I want to share today. Okay, but first, let's have a little housekeeping. I don't know why I call it that. It's not even really, that's such a silly word. But as you join the live, please do comment below that you're here, where you're viewing from. If you are on replay, #replay, same thing. Where are you watching from? I love seeing where everybody is in the world. I love the world and all the things, and absolutely just delights me to know that you are someplace possibly physically far from me, but that we are yet so close together and sharing the same energy. And if you like my content, please do like my business page, join my private group, share with your friends, bring them along. If there's somebody that you feel would benefit from what I share and my message, please do bring them along. And obviously ask me anything about today's topic. You can drop your questions below. And all of my videos are always available on replay, so it does not matter what time you can watch at your convenience or rewatch if you prefer. It is all very, very good. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, well, your fairy godmother has arrived. I am DEB.K, and I am here to help you go from feeling flat to feeling fun, flirty, and fabulous, divinely fabulous every single day, and help you start feeling 10 years younger by awakening that magically marvelous fabulousness that's buried deep within you. Now, what I share today may be different to what you currently understand, but please just allow yourself to flow with this. Feel the message, let it settle, and ask any questions that you have. And like I said before, you may physically or even energetically feel really far away from me, but I guarantee that gap will close and that your understanding is probably closer to divinely true than you might even realize. And I am here to just help open that up for you. Okay, so I bet you're all just wondering, what is going on? Why was I late? And I'm going to share that first, even though it probably is on topic about cleanse. How about that? Because otherwise I wouldn't feel like sharing that with you, or that it was important to share with you right now, right? That's how energy works. What happened? What has occurred is, I had a commit energy that was holding me in place in what I was doing prior to hopping on live. Now, in general, with the energy of what is called business concept numeric energy, and I don't usually talk about this quite yet in any of my content, but for many of you who recognize this, what I am all about with sharing with you in my videos, in my content, are the exact steps to how I got to where I am today as a beautifully divine, whole, sexy, vibrant woman that really, I really truly know who I am as a soul, as I was created. And that is the energy I live in. That's my joy vitality framework. And I use these pathways that I share with you on the Coffee with DEB.K, all throughout my, every moment of my life, my physical life, my non-physical life. And so when I do share something, I usually will progress you through the steps. And so you get to see the beginning. You get to see before the beginning of who I am, who I was, my what was, and flow through my journey with me. So there are things that are quite advanced in energy that you may not necessarily hear me speak about publicly in a video. And that is because my general approach is to encapsulate the more higher echelons of understanding that may be difficult for some of you, wherever you are in your journey, to grab the thread of the understanding. And so basically I take something that's more complex and encapsulate it into something simple, and I add a physical human hook for you to help understand and want to understand more. And what it does is it lights something up inside of you. It's there. It's always been there. It just wakes it up and helps you start taking the next step, the next step, the next step. And it doesn't matter where you are on your journey. It just works. And this is divinely true. End of story. Just kidding. So the story doesn't end, actually. The story continues. It continues on eternally in the ethereal realms. And so that is such a benefit, and a big part of why we come on, why we choose to become physical humans once our soul's created. And we can choose to or not. And then at some point we transition back to non-physical. We physical humans call that dying, passing away. It's not that we end our physical container, but us, our soul, who we truly are, continues on. Okay, so what was my point? Yes. Okay, so I mentioned the business concept numeric energy, which is a higher, that's down the road. That's like your senior year college level class, graduate school. Let's go with that. Graduate school level class. If you want to think of it in some physical human terms. So I've been working with that. And this energy held me in place because of some energy that I have been working with true cellular form. And you've heard me speak about that in how we can start to work with that through the Joy Vitality framework. It is woven through, and definitely in, I speak about it in some of the steps, so to speak, that I took. I will specifically speak about that. Now, listen, all of these things that you might not have ever heard come out of my mouth on a live video before, these are all things that I use to help benefit my clients. And so if that's something that's really piqued your interest, really do consider just clicking and booking in a free call so we can chat, because you are not getting everything or even necessarily all the specifics to you and your energy on the lives. Now, if you really want to and you work with God, you could actually do everything on your own, but it will likely take longer, and we are still physical humans having a physical human experience. So there will be times that you'll feel like you might be stumbling over something or feel discombobulated, and you'll want additional support. And I am here for that. I myself needed additional support on and off here and there, and it is totally amazing to have that. So why was I late? What time? I have been working and learning of working above the upper echelons of, I didn't say that right, and that's okay, of time. And so it's been flowing a little bit strange for a physical human, but it doesn't bother me. I just like to allow it to flow and see what happens and notice and understand. And you'll see that these are all concepts I have spoken about: allowing, noticing, understanding, perspective. All of those things are wrapped up in all of the steps within the Joy Vitality framework, and therefore you can benefit from anything that's flowing out of my mouth, and it just won't stop. God's like having me flow it out for you right now. So I was held in an energy, and long story short, I was being held in that energy of what needed to occur at that moment will definitely exponentially benefit you, my audience, in the long run, which is also so awesome. Okay, now enough about that. If anything flows more about what you need to know, it will definitely come out. But really exciting stuff behind the scenes that is occurring with me, and I cannot wait to be able to share that with you, whether it be through my live videos or through working with you one-on-one or in some other capacity. So exciting. Okay, so cheers to that. I'm cheersing over a coffee. What? What's in my cup? Okay, so today, what are we talking about today? We're talking about cleanse. I do have a few notes. You might have seen my paper slide over in front of the camera. But if you are new to energy and connection to your body, mind, and soul, a great place to start is with your higher self and God. And you can start with either. Personally, I really didn't know anything consciously about higher selves. When I was little, I would just connect with God. Like, God was just there, like hanging around. We would chat, and life happens, and depending on what our soul contract is, or maybe what our desires are at the time, or what we've taken on in perspective by our experiences that might actually not be true. Well, usually if you feel like your experiences have been difficult in your life, they probably aren't necessarily like true energy that you've been taking on and having a perspective around. And that's okay. We all do it. We all create things that aren't, stories that aren't true about us. They aren't true about who we truly are as we created. It is part of being physical human. It is part of the parameters that help us open up and learn, that help us open up and grow. And so completely okay. Like, there's no reason to be like, oh man, I messed up that level of the game. You didn't. You're playing it. You're doing it right. Now, if you're here, this is the wake-up call that it's time to like really start consciously playing the game of getting to really consciously understand who you are. How about that? Anyway, a great place to start is God. If God's not your thing because you've had some perspective around experiences that don't feel good, that's okay. But we do we do all have a connection, and the connection never ends. The connection is that God always loves you, and God is always there for you as soon as you're ready. But you also have another connection, and that's your higher self. And your higher self is like your bestest best friend ever. Your higher self is the same frequency of energy that your soul is. And you are created from your higher self and God and all sorts of other wonderful things I have spoken about on other videos. So your higher self is a really, really great place to start. He, if you're male, she, if you're female, has always been there since you began. And so they are devoted to you. They are there for you. They are your energetic bridge to all of the understanding that you are desiring. So it's so simple. Yes, there are ways to increase the connection consciously. I do have a Meet Your Higher Self video series about that. That is part of also the believe releasing process to tune with your higher self. So it's easier. But you simply just say, I want a relationship with you, and things will start to occur to let you know that relationship is consciously starting to occur. You just have to allow it and notice it. So, great place to start if you're new to energy and connecting to your body, mind, and soul is your higher self or God. Now, I love talking about your health. I love and it's not just your physical health, it's your body, mind, and soul. It's all interconnected. It's all interrelated. It cannot be separated, whether people think you can or not. It just isn't. It doesn't work that way. So if you understand the energetic laws and parameters, you understand the rules of the game, so to speak, right? And just because you may or may not understand the rules of the game, or you may or may not like them, doesn't mean they don't work. Just like gravity works and holds us to the earth. So I love talking about nourishing and detoxing and cleansing and repairing and rejuvenating. And we cycle through those pathways, as I mentioned before, each month with a different focus within the step of the pathway. So this is a way that you may better understand your journey on your roadmap to your fountain of youth. And as always, it's a place for you to ask your questions. So this month is all around cleanse. Last month we talked about nourishing, so feeding your body, mind, and soul all the good nutrition that they need. And now we've moved on to cleanse. And this cleansing was once just a very naturally occurring experience. Now we need to become more conscious and mindful about it. We need to open up and really allow our inner guidance from our non-physical team, from our higher self, from God. Really allow it to flow. We are constantly bombarded in this world of ours. It is gorgeous, but we are constantly bombarded with things that do affect our body, mind, and soul, whether they be real or whether they be divinely true or not, whether they be fact, fiction. There's three sides to every story. There's this, there's that, there's the other. There's environmental factors, there's psychological factors, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's this, there's this. It's really can get quite overwhelming if we're trying to do and notice all the things instead of only the things that really are true and important and matter to us and our journey, and leave the rest, blinders on to that stuff, and focus inward. Now, with understanding around cleansing, there's always a need for nutrition. There's always a need for fluids. There will be specific systems in your body, whether it be physical or non-physical, that need to be addressed. And once you start to accept the guidance that's flowing through and just do the thing that flows through, there's an education that flows with it. It will be tailored specifically to you, and it will target your needs. It will target your needs for what your body, mind, and soul need in that moment, in the now and future focus, or maybe just one part of that, the body, the mind, or the soul. But it almost always has a knock-on effect. Once one thing is starting to cleanse, something else may start to cleanse and set off like dominoes in a good way. Like when you're really enjoying watching all the dominoes go, not the ones where you see somebody accidentally knock something over and it like wrecks it before, I'm talking about it is set up and ready to go. 3, 2, 1, bam, go. And that satisfaction of watching that knock-on effect. And what will happen is that the targeting of the guidance and the education flowing through specifically for you is going to help optimize your health along the roadmap of your fountain of youth. So health for you could be something completely different than what health is for me. Ho, how about that? Okay, so follow the guidance that's flowing through. And you might actually need to do some research. There may be things that come up and you're like, oh, I think I might have heard that term before. And then you go and research and be like, oh yeah, I have. Or you haven't heard of it at all. Is that even a word? I don't know. Take a little Google around and see what you can come up with and follow even while you're doing the research. The research it's flowing. It's like flowing from God or your higher self saying, look at this. Okay, now look at that. Okay, now look at that. And you'll kind of feel, now you don't necessarily want to go spinning down any kind of rabbit hole. That might take a long time, but you do want to allow to follow some of the guidance because that's there. Those are the breadcrumbs for you. That's the path that you're following right now. And then you'll know if you really allow yourself to feel the changes in the energy, you'll know when it's time to stop or to change direction or look at something else or just leave it for now and go live life, right? And you can do all of this while you're living life, obviously. So, it really would help too if you're feeling like this is so intriguing. Start tuning in. Start tuning into my lives that I do weekly. Start tuning in to these coffees with DEB.K that I do monthly. Just start tuning in. Maybe think about, maybe there's some sort of, if you just want to meet one time to kind of check it out and answer your questions, we can do that. We can certainly do that. But this is your roadmap to your fountain of youth. This is your joy vitality framework that's being created. And it will lead you to efficient and optimized functioning of all your systems of your body, mind, and soul. And that is something that's flowing back right now, is that part of the energy I was talking about earlier about why I was not starting on the time I had originally planned for the coffee with Deb, is that part of my true cellular form progression is now getting into some higher level advancements and capabilities, and things are rewiring. So it may seem like I'm short-circuiting, but I assure you I am physical human. I am not a cyborg. But there are new connections being made within my central nervous system. And I was joking all last week. It's like I'm glitching out. Things are dropping off and rebooting and that sort of thing. And you just take it as it is and move through with it and enjoy the journey of it. And so cleansing, we'll circle back to that and then pop back to where I was in my notes. With cleansing, what are some of the things you can do? Like most of us would think on a physical level, I need to drink a lot of water. Well, yeah, that's going to help flush things out that are being cleared out by your lymphatic system. Is that going to help you? Most definitely. But there's also things like the belief releasing process. It's a very spiritually cleansing process. It's stripping back all the layers of low vibration. It's pushing out all the low vibration being stored in your body. And as you make room, the high vibration gets to set in and create a new normal for you that is much higher vibration, is much closer to the vibration you have as a non-physical, ethereal soul. It's pretty spectacular. And what this does is it helps lead you to that high vibrational living and beyond towards magnificence, whatever your magnificence is. We all have our own. With the cleansing, it's really important. The nourishment we talked about last month leads into the cleansing, because you need to start putting good in, whether it be body, mind, or soul, whether it be physical or non-physical food for you, and nutrition for you. It has to start going in before you start cleansing out the things that are not serving you, the things that are causing things like inflammation in your body, or perpetuating autoimmune, or affecting your unconscious mind, or your subconscious mind, I should say. You've got to start putting the good in while you're taking the not good out, or pushing the not good out. It's more of a push energy, to be honest, or almost a peeling back and a releasing energy. You know, if you peeled something back that's under pressure, and then it's out. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye, bad energy. Bad energy. Bye, low vibration. Bye-bye. Out with the old, in with the divinely true of you. So, let me see if there's any questions. I am not seeing any just yet, but I will be wrapping this up because it's just Coffee with DEB.K. And I feel like this one was a little extra long, which is fine, but the energy of it all is wrapping up. Okay, so creating this, like doing these steps, learning the pathways, living the pathways, you will lead, it's leading you to awakening. It's leading you along that path, leading you to evolving, leading you to a deeper connection to your soul and to God, leading you to magnificence, leading you to wherever your magnificence is, wherever your soul contract and you want to land. And you'll be led to feeling health, hope, and joy on the daily. You'll be led to looking and feeling 10 years younger. And there's so much more that's going to unfold for you when you are cleansing out with the old and with the true. You're cleansing your body, mind, and soul. And that is just truly amazing. And putting that work in, putting that time in, putting that joy and the energy of it in is returning tenfold, or multiples of that, more than that, of the benefit to you. It's truly, truly amazing. Okay, so if you have any questions on replay, people, please do drop them below. I will come back to them and answer them for you. Now, what is coming up? Well, tomorrow, sorry, my days were all timey-wimey the past week, so there's that. Tomorrow is Thursday. It will be video 3 of Spring into Youth video series. The events are posted. I will repost again today so you can find them easier. Click to join and you'll get reminders. You can always watch on replay if it is not a time suitable for what your needs are. No big deal. And then Coffee with DEB.K, awesome live guidance for your body, mind, and soul, will return again next month, likely Wednesday, April 19th, with the topic of repair and rejuvenate. And just watch for the event. You, again, can click to join and get reminders. So, what more? Oh, how to work with me. I knew there was something. I knew it. That's why I have notes, especially when I'm glitching. Okay, so as your very own fairy godmother, I am devoted to compassionately creating the change you desire to look and feel 10 years younger with hope, health, and joy on the daily. Now, all of my one-to-one programs have been updated in now and future focused energy, and that is where they will continue to stay, in now and future focused energy. They are open for booking. The places really are going quickly. So if you are ready to start your journey on your very own roadmap to your fountain of youth, please do book in now. It's time to get your spot locked in. And if you're not sure which next step is right for you right now, book in that free Fountain of Youth discovery call. We can discover together what is right for you right now. The links are in the post above. And no other comments or questions. Okay, the links are in the post above. And it is time to stop feeling flat and start feeling fun, flirty, and fabulous every single day. It's time to start feeling 10 years younger. Be the youiest you can be by awakening that magically marvelous, fabulous, buriedness buried deep within you. And I will see you all tomorrow for Spring into Youth, video 3, and next month for the next Coffee with DEB.K. Awesome life guidance for your body, mind, and soul. All right, guys. And I'm sending you so much love. Bye-bye.